Senator Helmy, welcome to the committee.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate being here and appreciate this being my first opportunity on the committee and to speak about the timeliness of this issue. Literally this morning, one of the first calls I took was from a consumer protection advocate in one of our more populated county talking about this hearing and what she is seeing in seniors in Hudson County, New Jersey. So to Ms. Knopfsinger, thank you for being here and for the work you're doing, especially what your organization is doing in New Jersey. And to Ms. Lieberker and Harris, thank you for your service and the ever-growing, unfortunately, importance of your positions. I would just pick up a thread that was left about this importance to New Jersey. According to the FBI's most recent IC3 Elder report, New Jerseyans reported over $100 million in losses to scams and frauds, predominantly among our elder community, which is a huge sum to anybody, but specifically as you talk about fixed income communities, it's a massive amount. Ms. Knopfsinger, if I can ask you, earlier this year, there was a massive data breach at the background company, National Public Data. In my opinion, rather underreported, given that as many as 2.9 billion personal records may have been exposed with names, addresses, social security numbers, and other personal information. As law enforcement works to determine the extent of the breach, it's obviously imperative that as many Americans as possible, especially our seniors, take steps to protect their financial accounts and their credit. If I may ask, what is AARP doing to inform our seniors of the breach and to inform them of steps they can take to protect their credit? I would ask you, additionally, what more can Congress or state houses be doing to help as a part of the information process, providing best practices to this community and tools for technical assistance for monitoring and reporting of suspicious activity? Thank you.
Certainly. Thank you for that question. Anytime there is a data breach, the calls on our Fraud Watch Network helpline spike because this is very concerning to a lot of Americans and primarily older Americans when they get notification that their information is out there. So we certainly work one-on-one with them and help them through that process. We help them understand how to check your credit report, freeze your credit. And then AARP has 53 state offices across the country and thousands of volunteers and 35 million members. So we certainly take that opportunity to put articles and information in our two publications, AARP Magazine and the Bulletin, to get the word out. But one of the things we want to do with these data breaches is not scare people. We want to empower people to take action. So anything that AARP can do with state and federal regulators to look at, better protections for older adults is certainly something that AARP would love to work with people with.
Thank you. If I may stay with you and pick up on a thread that Senator Warren left, we've all read these articles. I recently read an article in a New Jersey publication about a 73-year-old woman who was scammed out of about $50,000 by a stranger she had met on Facebook. Unfortunately, as mentioned, many of the investment scams start in a very similar fashion, whether it be on Facebook, a comment on Twitter, other messaging apps, or LinkedIn. The common thread here is there is a starting point for many of these that begins on messaging apps or social media. Again, staying with you, the trend I think we're all seeing it is there more that social media companies could be doing to limit the ability of scammers to operate on their platforms, and is there more oversight that Congress can be providing, and how so?
Thank you for that. I'm here really to represent the victims of fraud in the AARP helpline. So on the oversight part, I can certainly take that back to my team. But what I will say is I think that this is actually where we could utilize some of the AI for good and use some of the AI to monitor a lot of those messaging apps, a lot of the stuff on, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, to pull out the bad actors that are using the same scripts. Because we know that a lot of people and their fraudsters are meeting on these social media apps.
Yeah, I think the point and the conclusion, right, that we draw is, to, again, Senator Warren's point, by the time someone finds out, the money's been gone weeks, if not months. The data's been gone weeks, if not months. In the national public data issue, it was, December 23 is when a number of these attacks started. It was April 24, I think, when folks started to know that the information was out there. And if we know that the starting point for the most of these engagements starts on a social media company, there's probably an opportunity to try to get there at the starting point instead of, where I'll ask Ms. Lieberker and Harris on the law enforcement piece. And if I can ask you both the same question, the unfortunate trend, and again, this was part of the conversation I had with an individual in Hudson County today, it's tremendously difficult to catch these perpetrators and bring any type of relief to the victims. if I can ask both of you, what are the challenges that you're seeing, A, in reporting, and B, when it is reported and law enforcement being able to go after any of these perpetrators and secure any relief for those impacted?
Sure. So I think the challenge that we had talked about previously was reporting it all. A lot of folks are ashamed, they're embarrassed if they've given their funds up to a scammer. And so getting people to let us know and to make us aware of what's going on out there is number one. And then on the law enforcement's perspective, because it is outside of the country, a lot of times it makes it difficult for them to do anything about it. Education is a component of it that they try to engage in with the consumer, but it's after the fact to that degree. We're members of the FTC Sentinel database where we report scams and we report complaints, as are several other law enforcement agencies and folks at the local level and state, the federal level, so that it compiles all of this information in hopes of being able to give the information to those agencies that have the jurisdiction over the matter and to see the patterns and practices and the trends to utilize those multinational agreements that they have to try and get to where these are originating from.
I just want to say that we face challenges just getting some of these social media sites to take down scam pages, right? So we had a person who had been through a trauma, and she was very traumatized. She lost money to a scam, and because she was so desperate for money, they hit her again and told her she had won a government grant, and those don't exist. And the person pretended to be from HHS, and she encountered them on Facebook, and she had sent lots of money, and she was getting antsy, and she called our office not to report a scam, but to get help getting HHS to cough up this grant. And so my investigator looked at the page. There was a picture of, it was an actual government employee, you know, a woman in a suit, American flags behind her, and this is how she was contacting people, but her, you know, things people posted weren't public, right? So we just went in on our page, you know, we're a government page, right? And we clicked the fraud button, report fraud, and we got back the same message that you would get if you just reported somebody's objectionable content, right? So nothing happened. The page didn't come down. So we found a contact for the company, and we sent them the information, and they said, page down. So then this woman came back to us later, and she was still in contact with other people in HHS on the same social media site. And so we looked for the same, we just did a search for the same photo, right? We're not AI, we're just people looking up photo images, find, you know, 10 more pages with that photo, and more sites also claiming to offer HHS grants. And I just want to know if there are algorithms that predict everything